So, Overwatch is coming out. I thought I'd be excited for this game. When I played the beta, I thought it was good, but it, it didn't exceed a level of that I thought it would. Which, with having new classes like tanks and whatever, assault people and healers, I thought it'd be a pretty good game. But it didn't reach the level I'd hope it would. With another hero based FPS, it kinda was disappointing. First, having a selection of characters, that was nice, but the dull recycled game modes that bring no change is kinda boring. Sure, they have new, flashy characters with special abilities or special ability because some only have one. There's a limit of what you can do. With the boring old game modes like domination, hardpoint, or uh, that just involve you standing in one place defending something. And there's one that they introduced. I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like an escort mission where you escort a truck to the other side of the map. That's really nothing new, and that's all I really played in the beta. I'm not sure if there's more game modes coming up, but that's pretty much all you could do. Escort a truck and defend a point, which we've already done multiple times in every other FPS game. And then, of course, they're in kind of games with a bunch of characters. There's always one overused character, or in this point, many overused characters. Assault, mainly. Hanzo, Genji, Tracer, and Reaper. Those are the most overused characters that are in the game. I'm not saying that it's bad, I'm just saying they're so overused that it's stupid. With having them release barrages of attacks you can't really get over, and having the tanks that are supposed to counter this can't. Because for some reason, whoever made Overwatch, I already forgot because I didn't really care, but the people who made Overwatch didn't make the tanks tanky enough, if that makes sense. Now, if you don't know what tanks are, which probably a lot of you should, tanks are supposed to tank damage. They're supposed to take a lot of damage. They're supposed to, be able to, stop and take more damage than the other assault people because they're not supposed to do a lot of damage, they're just supposed to take a lot. Which in this game, they don't. Or they don't take any damage whatsoever. They take as much damage to kill as it does to kill a regular assault people, which doesn't make any sense to me because they're a tank. That really made no sense to me, and while they tried to make a balance between good defense and good offense, they kind of made really super overpowered offense over kinda good defense, which, I'm not sure if you realize this, is kind of a problem because they have really bad defense against really good offense. And in every sport you've ever watched or every game you ever played, this is not a good thing. I'm not sure if you knew that, but it is not. That's what makes the game unbalanced, and that's why you could always play as Assault and always win. Sometimes maybe, you will have a shift between who's winning and who's not winning. Sometimes in the game while I play, there will be a shift between the teams of who's winning and who's not. But most of the time, it was Assault who won because it was too easy to kill the tanks. So, in the game modes that I played, as dull as they are, and as recycled as they still worked, but the offense would always win. So it's an unbalanced game mode. Choosing the role of the team, which didn't really help. The only one that I realized that would help the team is healing. That's the only one I noticed that would help. The healing would help, the tanks would not. That's the only thing that really changed is having a healer on the team, which that's pretty much all that it really brings to some FPS games because most of them don't have them. The only one I know that does is Battlefield, mainly because I only play 2 FPS games. Because you know, only Battlefield I know has that. I'm not sure if they do anymore, but med kits, they probably do. Uh, and also another thing on that I really didn't enjoy of Overwatch is the simple controls. Now, I know that there have been simpler controls other than shooting, but in this game it tries to bring more controls and more things to do, like abilities. It really tries. It really tried to bring new abilities, but it ultimately failed. It tried to bring something new other than shooting. It gave people some special attack abilities, and they tried to make it really good. But that was the problem. See, now, the abilities were strong enough to get over the tanks. That's what made them so powerful. Because the tanks could not get over the assault people, which made it unbalanced. The assault people had these abilities which would deal more damage than the shooting, which is a problem for the tanks because they don't really have abilities to defend themselves. I think only one tank that I had, one or two tanks, had abilities to heal themselves or defend themselves. One of them had a really big shield, and one of them could heal himself. Roadhog. I know Roadhog can heal himself. I forgot the guy with the big shield. I know he has a big hammer and he has a big shield. I'm pretty sure that's the only two that really had something to defend themselves with. Other than that, the tank sucked and could not get over the assault people whatsoever. So with the simple controls of the shooting and the basic crappy abilities, some of them were crappy, some of them were cool. But most of them sucked because it couldn't do anything for them except do more assault damage. And that's the only thing the abilities did. The healers could heal, that's what their abilities, and that's pretty much what they're designed to do. Assault people made them more assaulty, which could go over the tanks, and the tanks had no abilities to tank damage, which makes no sense. So each character had their own role, and each character had ability to make the role better except the tanks. That's the problem, because the tanks are supposed to tank. If a tank doesn't have ability to help him tank, he can't be a tank. That just makes him another assault person with bigger things. That's pretty much all a tank is in that game. So, the oversimplified controls is what I don't like. It's just any other FPS game, but with abilities. You run around, shoot things, and then spam your abilities. Congratulations, you're playing Overwatch. If you want to play something better than Overwatch, just play Smite. Anyway, I'm sorry, I really like Smite better than Overwatch. But anyway, with the stupid controls of just holding RT, walking around, that's all I really did. And you don't need to try to get kills. So, you don't need to try. That's what I'm mainly saying. I walked around the map and just held RT. I didn't need to find people. They found me because there's enough people in the map. So I could just walk around, and if I saw someone, I would just point in their direction, shoot, use my ability, and I'd kill them. I think one game, I got like 20 something kills with not even trying, which is kind of sad and not good. Because I didn't need to try, and I don't think I'm good at FPS games. I don't think I'm good at anything. I don't think I'm good at any games, really. But it's not hard to get a kill, because even if you get one shot on the guy, even if you do one damage on the guy, you will get the kill. Because how Overwatch is, if you have 100 health, and and when you get shot, your health goes down, yada yada yada. If you do one damage to his health, and like 3 other guys are shooting him, all 4 people get the kill. So that's cool and all, but you don't need to try to make yourself kill anybody. I'm not necessarily saying that the way it is bad. I'm just saying that you don't need to try to get kills, and which I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad thing. I would say it's a bad thing because that's what makes it so simple. I would also say it's a good thing because there's no fighting over who got the most kills in the game because, yeah. Anyway, overall, they tried and tried really hard, but ultimately failed at making a balanced game. They made different classes to try and make them balanced, but the offense just overpowers the defense too easily, and it doesn't work out. The oversimplified controls makes the game so dull, along with the game modes, just makes it feel recycled. And it feels like the company's too scared to make new game modes to make it more interesting. The game is so boring without new things. There's new characters and new abilities, but that's what every game introduces. Every single game that comes out that is new introduces new things, but doesn't they introduce new characters and new abilities, but they don't introduce new ideas. Every single game that I've played kind of goes along with the same idea. It goes along with going against people. The games I've played, it just deals with stuff. I don't know what it is, but there's something that links all the games that I like together. But this one I feel like I don't want to buy. Sure, I have a lot of FPS games, but I don't want to add Overwatch because I feel like it's more simple to play than Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure I just hurt a lot of people's feelings saying that, but I really do think so. I really feel like that Overwatch could have been the game to balance an FPS game that has been going on, that is a trend. I felt like it had the chance to really change something. Overwatch really could have, but they made the characters too unlike what they're supposed to be. The assault people are good. The tanks are not. And that's what's supposed to balance between defense and offense. If you don't have that, then you don't have a balanced game. I'm pointing this out a lot because it's one of the crucial things that every game needs. Every game needs balance between something, and this is not it. This is not the way to go about it. They went about it the right way, but they tried to make the assault people too cool. That's basically what I'm saying, and this is how it is. It doesn't give anything new. Overwatch is not new. It's a new game, but does not give any new ideas. So I'm not looking forward to buying Overwatch. I'm leaving it on the shelf. Thanks for watching. So over here in this little corner,
Infinite Warfare.
We have the Xbox One.
Does that go after Modern Warfare 3?
No,
that would make it Modern Warfare 4.
Next to that is the game card,
Advanced
which
Warfare.
can be attached to
That
both
has
of them
Warfare in the
pretty
name.
easily.
But it's not
That's
Modern
pretty much all
Warfare
I
4.
used because